Very good morning to all of you. Today is our
Good morning, sir.
good morning. This practical hours is allotted on Friday for 2 hours. We will already completed our graphical method analysis, find out the internal forces in the member of truss, and we prepare this force table based on that. And now we have to design the member of trusses, that is principal rafter, bottom tie, strut, and the ceilings. So based on this load combination, the worst combination literally we are taking for the design of members. Okay, and how to design these members based on the worst combination you have to take from this table, and already we have find out the internal forces and we know the length of members from this space diagram we are drawn with a scale. Okay, these are the internal forces on the member of truss. We find out the using the space diagram and the vector diagram, and all that we have completed till today. This force table we have completed. Uh, okay, all the values and load combination we have find out from the force table, and the combinations of the worst combination of load for the critical section and the members we have identified in the previous practicals. So this is the your design of industrial building. In design of industrial building, we have completed around 10 practical till now, and still the design is still the project, mini project of industrial building we are running. Okay, it needs lots of time to understand, because the industrial building we have to do the function planning first, and then from the function planning we have to decide the type of truss and the loading on the truss, external loading due to dead load, due to lie load, due to wind load. All these are calculated earlier. We have completed all that part, and then also we have find out the internal forces of truss. Internal forces of truss. Okay. I think so. Many people just now joined the issue. We continue our practical session. Today is on practical information. 15 of the uses lab. Okay. Today is 8th of October 2021. I think so. In car and live. Vijit Vikram. Arif. Mr. Samudra Mittal and Gulam India. Okay, these are the regular students. Okay, so this force table already constructed in the previous practical session, and all these how to find out the internal forces due to dead load using the space and vector diagram, how to find out the internal forces due to lie load using the space and vector diagram of the truss, and how to find out the internal forces of truss by wind load by the graphical method using the Bowes notations. So all this we have completed analysis, and the internal forces we have written in this column number 3, 4, and 5. Column number 3 is for dead load. Column number 4 is for lie load, and column number 5 is for wind load. All the internal forces keep calculated from the member truss and we have written it. Then we have done in column number 6 to 7, 8 and 9. We have done the load combination, and then we have selected the design load in compression and tension in column number 10, and length of member from your space diagram. You have drawn the scale. From this we have taken the length of member of truss for their design purpose. This force table is very necessary for the design of your member of trusses. So I will take the first case, design of principal rafter. Design of principal rafter. So design of, I will write down here the design of principal rafter. The member of trusses, they are nothing but uh, they are nothing but member of trusses. Member of truss. There are four main members are there. Rafter, they are the top chord member. Second, bottom tie. It is the bottom chord member of truss. And strut, it is the inclined member of truss or compression member of truss due to gravity loading. And ceilings are the vertical members generally in tension due to gravity load. Bottom tie is also in tension due to gravity load, and rafter members are in compression due to the gravity load. But we have taken here the many combination of loads. We have taken dead load, we have taken lie load, and wind load, and then combination of dead load plus lie load, then combination of a certain factor, the combination of dead load plus wind load. Then also we have taken the combination of dead load plus lie load plus wind load, and another one more combination we have taken which is very dominant, and that combination of load is 0.9 head load plus 1.5 times of WL. So you can see here this combination also we have taken 0.9. Power supply issue is there, so please wait, don't go here and there. We'll continue the lecture as it is. So we will just holding it. So I will wait for a minute. So you can wait. Don't go, don't leave the class. Okay. I'm connected with the mobile. Our work will be continued as the light will come. Till the light will come, we will continue this mobile. Okay. My sound is clear, I think so. So up to that, we have completed and force table we have made. Now we will uh, design a member of truss. This is the force table. Another force table in the book it is given. Okay. So till light will come, we will discuss about the how to members are designed. So we will you can write down the steps for design of the principal rafter. You can see that My screen is visible? It is not. अभी दिख रहा है आपको? It is visible? Stepwise procedure for design of principal rafter?
No, sir.
No? आपको नहीं दिख रहा है? See in the camera. Pin me.
No, sir.
It is not displaying to you?
हेलो सर, ब्लर दिख रहा है।
ब्लर दिख रहा है क्या? अभी दिख रहा है?
हाँ सर।
So steps, write down steps on your notebook. Steps for design of principal rafter. In case of design of industrial building, that is truss. Write down first step. Design the rafter member as a compression member and check it with the tension. So due to gravity load, this member is acting as a compression member, but due to uplift from the wind, it may be some time act as a compression tension member. Okay. The first step you can write down from the IS 800 2007. Assume the thickness of gusset plate, because in rafter you have to provide two angle section like this. I think so it is visible to you. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? दिख रहा है फोटो? तो gusset plate, we are joining the two members, angle member, unequal member or equal member as per your loading condition. So here we are providing this. Okay. Now step number 1, you have to assume the thickness of gusset plate, assume slenderness ratio as 100 and find the design compressive stress from the table 9C of IS 800 2007 for buckling class of C, because any member, any angle member, T member, solid bar, they are coming into the buckling class C. That's why we are going to find out FCD from the 9C, that is buckling class C. Okay. Now you can find out the effective length of the rafter, that member, and about the z-axis, and find out the effective length by multiplying the K factor, that is 0.85. 0.85 into L. L is the unsupported length of your column, unsupported length of your member, and find out the effective length. Then calculate the required cross-section area by calculating the FCD. Cross-section area of member you can calculate, or you can take directly from the which type of member you are selected. If you are selected ISA some member type, then you have to calculate the cross-section area required, because you know the load divided by FCD calculated or FCD assumed. You can find out the area required. Select the back to back of the gusset plate, type of thickness of gusset plate you can decide. Okay, and then calculate the effective length and slenderness ratio lambda. It is nothing but effective length upon R minimum. R minimum in the double X angle section we are taking RZZ. Okay. Then from the buckling curve C, you have to find out the FCD based on the lambda. actually, then you have to calculate the gross area because you are using two member, two into area of the angle will give the area of two angles. Then you know that strength of member is nothing but PD is equal to FCD into AG. So PD is equal to FCD into AG. You can find out. Okay. Okay. And where AC is the effective sectional area. Okay. So PD should be greater than factored load in the member. So your PD should be greater than your PD will be greater than the load coming or factored load on the member. Then your now design the pressure reactor as a compression member, but you have to check also for tension. So you have to find out, check for tension. You have to find out the net area. Net area is nothing but AG minus deduction of the hole due to the bolting. So it will give you the net area of bolt, and then you have to find out design tensile strength of for the net section rupture. You can use for this TDN is equal to alpha into ANFY FU upon gamma M1 or gamma ML, and we'll get the design tensile strength by net section rupture. Now you can find out the design tensile strength by gross section yielding, that is TDG is equal to AG into FY divided by gamma MO. So you know the gross area of the section, you know the FY, that is 250 Newton per mm square, or you can write down this and you can find out the design tensile strength of due to gross section yielding. Minimum of these two value, that is TDN and TDG, that is design tensile strength by net section rupture and design strength tensile strength by gross section yielding. The minimum of these two is nothing but design tensile strength. Okay, and that should be, if it is design tensile strength of the section is greater than the actual load, tensile load coming on your member of rafter, then you say that your design is safe, it's okay. So that is the design of your rafter. Then you have to design the another member of truss, that is design of tie member, that is bottom tie. It is also design, if your load is large, you can design it as a double angle section like rafter. Okay, so design the tie member for the tension and check it for the compression. Okay, in rafter we are designed for the compression and check for the tension, but in case of bottom tie member, you have to design the member as a tension member, and then you have to check for the compression. So first you have to calculate the preliminary size of the member using the TDN is equal to alpha AN FU upon gamma M1 or gamma ML. You know that you can calculate the AN, gross area minus deduction the whole. FU is FE410, FU is 410. Gamma ML from table number 5 of IS code, that is 1.25. Alpha based on the number of bolt you are using or welding you are using, So if single bolt is there, the alpha is equal to 0.6. Okay. If double bolt is there, the alpha is zero point 0.7. And if you're going for more than two bolts or welding, the alpha is zero point 0.8. Okay. So put the value and TDN, you can put the value of TDN as the your as your load on that member tension load. So you can find out the area of the section. Assume the minimum double angle section with one leg connected another side of gusset plate and calculate the sectional properties, that is R minimum, IXX, IYY, CYY. Calculate the design strength due to cross section yielding. TDG is equal to AGFY upon gamma MO. It is FY 250 gross section area, which type of section you are selected, that gross section area you have to choose, and then design strength in tension. TDG must be more than tensile force in the member. Calculate the block shear strength if required. TDB1 and TDB2 both must be more than the tensile load on the member. Okay, after selecting the member, then only you can find out how the failure is occur in block shear. Then only you can able to find out TDB and TDB2. Check for the compression. It means that you have to find out the FCD of the chosen section and area, okay. If your section is semi-compact limit angle section, then AG is equal to AE. Put PD is equal to AE into FCD. Put the value of cross section area and the value of FCD calculated. Will calculate the PD. And the PD, that is design strength of the compression member, it should be greater than the actual load or worst combination of load on your tie member. So this is the design of your uh, tie member. This is design of your tie member. These steps you should know, and we will try to solve this also. So how to solve this? You can see here main member of is L0, L1, L1, L2. This is bottom tie. L2, L3, L3, L4, etc. Maximum combination you to design function, find out the G, and check, and then check for your compression. Okay. So I think so. We will continue. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. the length of that member is 1.581, or you can round up 1.6 meter. 1.6 meter. So this, you know that the design of rafter member, the worst load is coming on the member, that is L0, U1 and U9 elect. Okay. In tension it is 65.14. From your force table you have drawn this already, and worst combination of load you have calculated. Okay. I am retelling you. Now the compression is large. So rafter is designed for design as compression member, and it is checked as a tension member. Check as a tension member. Check as a tension member. Okay. So compressive load, PU is the factor load. What is the factor load? 85.39 kilonewton. 85.39 kilonewton. This rafter we have to design for compression and check for tension. So length of member is 1.6 meter. You can find out the effective length. Effective length is equal to LE, 0.85 into L. LE is equal to 0.85 into L is 1.6 meter. So the length of member will be 0.85 into 1.6, and it is 1.36 meter. 1.36 meter. Okay. Now we have to find out the lambda. Lambda is nothing but K into L upon R minute. Okay. So before that, you should know that which type of section we can use. So before going for that, we have to assume FCD is equal to assume FCD is equal to FCD is equal to Newton per meter square. Okay. You assume FCD, so you can find out. You know that PD is equal to A into FCD. You can find out the area required is equal to PD upon, that is factor load 85.39 to 10 raised to 3 Newton, divided by FCD, you assume 100. So 85.39 raised to power 3 divided by 100, it is 853.9 mm square. Okay. Now you have to select the section based on this area. So you are using here use double angle section in rafter. Double angle section in rafter to ISA. The area required for single angle equal to 853.9 divided by 2. Okay? Divided by 2. 426.95. 427 I will round up mm square. Now you have to select the section based on this. The section you can select from the steel table, okay, or from the IS code. IS 800, go for IS 800. 808, 800 and IS 808. You can select the section, unequal angle section or equal angle section, whatever may be can required. Select from the angle section. This is the I section, the angle section. This is angle section. So you will select the angle section based on the area. What is the area required for single angle? 427. 427. So you can see here the sectional area in centimeter it is given, and 427 yani 4.27 area is. So you can see it is ISA 50/50 by 5. The area is 479, and ISA 50/45 by 45 by 5 area is 428 mm square. So I will go for ISA 50/50 by 5. If I will change the section as a 55 by 5, it is right over here. Use ISA to ISA 50 by 50, first leg, another leg, and 4 is the thickness. ISA, the area will be 2 into single area of ISA 50/50 by 5, 479 mm square. 2 into 479 is equal to 2 into 479 is equal to 958 mm square. 958 mm square. Okay. Now 958 mm square, which is greater than our area required. For double angle 853. Okay, it is much larger than that, so we can go for that. Area, you know, okay, ISA 50/50 by 5 you are choosing. Okay, now you know the area. Now you can find out the FCD, actual FCD. Now you know the section. So properties of section, if I write then RZZ and RYY, because double axle section with gusset plate, and use 8 mm gusset plate in between. Okay, 8 mm gusset plate to join these two sections by tacking bolt. So if you see RZZ of this is nothing but, where is that, CXX and RX here. So I will come here. So it is 1.52 centimeter. So it is 1.52 and 15.2 mm. 15.2 mm. But by parallel axis theorem you will go for, it will be different. Got double angle section. So this I will take that RZZ is R minimum. There is 15.2 mm. Okay. So lambda, you know, lambda is nothing but KL upon R minimum. Okay. KL we have calculate 1.36, and R minimum is 15 point into 10 raised to 3 because you are converted into mm, 15.2 mm. So you can come, the lambda is 1360 divided by 15.2, that is lambda is 89.47, that is dimensionless. That is dimensionless. That is dimensionless. Okay? Now you know the lambda. You know the lambda, that is 89.47. You know the Fy 250 Newton per mm square or mm. You know the buckling class for any angle section is C class. So from where you have taken all this? So if you open the IS 800 2007, so from table number 11 or table number 10, sorry, you can see that the buckling class, it is given on page number 44. This page number 44. So this is the table for buckling class of cross section. So here for angle section, for any angle section, you can see the buckling class is C. So we have to know buckling class C. So C class, to find out the FCD, that is design compressive stress, FCD for buckling class C is table 9C. Design compressive stress FCD for column buckling class C. We know the lambda, that is KL by R value. We know the Fy. So you can calculate the FCD. So our 89 point, lambda is 89.47. So I will consider lambda is nearly, it is 90. Lambda is 90. So from this table, you can find out for lambda 90 and FCD will be 121. So I will write down here FCD is from this table line C. FCD is equal to 121 Newton per mm square. Now you can find out the PD. PD is equal to AG into FCD. AG is 9, how much? We are provided 958 mm square. 958 mm square into FCD is 121 Newton per mm square. PD will come into Newton. 950, this will cut. Okay. This will be cut. So it will be 958 into 121. The PD will be 115,918 Newton. It means that 115.92 kilonewton, which is larger than the PU, that is load actually 85.3 kilonewton, which is much larger. So you can say that in compression, the chosen angle section is okay. Okay. Now for design of rafter, what is that? You have to design for compression. You have to design for compression and you have to check for tension, not check for tension. How you can check for tension? Check for tension. For after, check for tension. So for tension, the factored load is 65.14 kilonewton. Okay, from this force level, 65.14 kilonewton. So now you have to find out TDG, design tensile strength due to cross section LD. AG into Fy upon gamma MO. This you can take from table number 5 of IS code. IS 800 2007. So that is value is 1.1. Okay, we'll put the value. Kg is 958 mm square. Fy is 250 Newton per mm square. Gamma m0 is 1.1. We'll get the value of TDG. So 958 into 250 divided by 1.1. This is gross section LD. It is coming 217.72 kilonewton. Similarly, to find out TDL, TDL is nothing but the value. All these formulas are given in your IS code. No need of remembering. Okay. No need of remembering. No need of remembering. So here is IS 800. Before come to page number, this is one page certificate you have taken. Here, come here in section number 2. You can see here, TDL is alpha AN FU upon gamma NL. And TDG, you can see TDG AGFY upon gamma M0. Okay. So for TDN, for the angle, for initial sizing, the design strength threaded rod in tension, single angle or double angle. Okay, this is the TDN. But for initial sizing, for preliminary sizing, the rupture strength of the left section may be taken as TDN is equal to alpha AN FU gamma M0. I will write down here for design purpose. Alpha AN FU upon gamma MN. Okay, AN you can find out by deducting the whole area. Okay, so you can consider the diameter of bolt also here, and then only you can able to find out the TDN. Okay, so how to find out AN? AN is equal to AG minus area of hole. Reduction of hole. Okay. AG you know 958. Hole 2 into a, if you consider a number of hole, 2 number of hole. So 18 into 6. If you consider 16 mm bolt, so diameter of, if consider D is equal to 16 mm bolt if you are considering it, so diameter of hole will be 18 mm. Okay, so 2 into 5 by 4 into 18 square. Okay, you can find out the net area. So AN is equal to, okay, we will deduct that area. So 18 square into 6.5 divided by 4 into 2 is 508. 958 minus, it is coming 449.06. Okay. Now you can put the value in TDN. TDN is equal to, you consider 2 bolt. So here on the bolt, here alpha is equal to 0.6 for 1 bolt, 1 or 2 bolt, 0.7 for 3 bolts, and 0.8 for 4. So alpha value is 0.6 for 1 and 2 volt. Alpha value is 0.6 for 1 or 2 volt. Alpha is equal to 0.7 for 3 volt. Alpha is equal to 0.8 for 4 and more volt or weld. So alpha AFU upon gamma M1. Gamma M1 is 1.25 from table number 5 of IS code. We'll put all this value. Alpha we will take 0.6 for 1 or 2 volt. AN is 449.06. FU is 410. Gamma M0 M1 is 1.25 in rupture. We will find out. So 0.6 into 449.06 into 410 divided by 1.25, it is coming 88.37 kilonewton, and which is greater than 65.14 kilonewton. Hence, it is okay in tension also. It is okay for tension also. Okay. Oh. So it is okay in tension also. So we have checked. So in the compressor strength of rafter, PD is how much? We have calculated. PD you have calculated 115.9 in compression. 115.92 kilonewton. It is greater than 85.39 kilonewton. 85.3 kilonewton. So in compression also it is okay. So it is okay in compression. In tension, the load is the strength is I can say TD design strength of that member is 88 point. How much it is coming? 88.37 kilonewton, which is greater than 65.14 kilonewton in tension. So in both cases, our rafter is safe. Okay, this is design for the rafter. Now, if you come for the design of your tension member, that is bottom tie member. This is all about the design of rafter. Now, design of bottom tie. Now, are you there? ये राफ्टर का समझ में है सबको? हेलो?
यस सर.
हाँ. अब टाई मेंबर किस तरह डिजाइन करना है वो हमको समझना है. टाई मेंबर हमको किस तरह डिजाइन करना है, दैट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. ओके. So now again we will write down design of bottom tie. Design of the second type of member, design of bottom tie. Okay. So design load from the bottom tie, load in kilonewton. Okay. तो टेंशन में कितना है और कॉम्प्रेशन में कितना है. कॉम्प्रेशन में कितना लोड है. ओके. If you see that force table, you can see the force table. See the force table, bottom tie. L0, L1, L7, L8, the values are large, na? 81 and 70. Okay, so L0, the member is L0, L1, L7, L8. The bottom tie member is L0, L1 and L7, L8. Okay, so in tension it is 81 kilonewton and in compression 70.63. So in tension is 81 kilonewton and in compression it is 70.63 kilonewton. Okay, and the length of member L0, L1 is equal to L7, L8. It is, you can take from here, the length of member is 1.5 meter. You can see here. In plan also, this length is 1.5 meter. Okay, this member L0, L1. Okay, L0, L1. Here is connection. Here is connection. That's why we are not considered, but we have to consider this. Okay. So I will take the length of member. Length of member is 1.5 meter. Okay. Design of tie member. So how to design this member? How to design this member? So design of tension member for preliminary sizing. For preliminary sizing, for design as tension member for preliminary sizing, it is TDN is equal to alpha AN FU upon gamma N. Now you have to assume a section. Okay. Use same 2 ISA 50/50 by 5 as a tie member. Okay, or you can find out AN. AN is equal to PDN. You will consider the 81 kilonewton. 81 into 1.25 divided by alpha, you can take 0.6 or 0.7 as per the number of bolt, and this Q, the Q is 410. Sorry, yeah? 41. So AN is equal to, you can find out 81 into 10 raised to 3 kilonewton. Then convert it to meter. So 81 into 10 raised to 3 Newton into 1.25 divided by 0.6 into 410. The area required is coming, area required is coming 411.58 mm square. Okay. If you add the area of bolt, then that will be larger. So we can use the same member we are chosen for the rafter. Okay. Now we'll check it for the its strength. Okay. So if I will write down, area of that chosen section is AG 958 mm square. So already TDG and TDN already we have calculated above. TDG is equal to AG into Fy on gamma MO. AG is 958 into Fy is 250 divided by 1.1 is already above calculated. TDG and TDG is 217.72. 217.72. Okay, kilonewton. Similarly, you have to find out TDN, alpha An Fu upon gamma M1. Alpha, where you know already TDN you have calculated for the same member. Above this TDN is coming 88.37 kilometer. 88.37 kilonewton. Okay. Now TD is design tensile strength. Design tensile strength. Tensile strength is minimum of TDG and TDN. TDN is 88.37 and TDG is 217.72 kilonewton. This is also into kilonewton. Which one is minimum here? This 88 point. This one is minimum. So TD will be 88.37 kilonewton, which is greater than 81 kilonewton. 81 kilonewton. It means that, see, it's okay. Our design is okay. Okay. It means that our considered section is okay. It means that our considered section is okay. समझ में आया यहाँ तक? है ना? Now you have to check for compression. Check for compression. Check for compression. Okay. You know that design compressive strength of member is A into FCD. Okay. So PD is equal to AG into FCD. Lambda is equal to KL upon R minimum, where R minimum is 15.2 mm and L is 1.5 meter. Okay. So if I write down lambda is equal to, so LE is equal to K into L, 0.85 into L is 1.5. So it is coming 1.5 into 0.85. This is 1.275 meter. So lambda is equal to 1.257 into 10 raised to 3 mm divided by 15.2 mm. This is the dimensionless. You can find out the lambda. Find out lambda. Okay. Find out the lambda. Wait 2 minutes. हेलो, कितना आया लैम्बडा? हाउ मच लैम्बडा? अभी तक किसी ने बताया नहीं। प्लीज, लैम्बडा कितना आया? आप लोग कैलकुलेट कर लो, जस्ट यू आर लिसनिंग एंड सिटिंग. दिस इज द सेम practical or theory classes as we are conducting in classroom. Okay, you have to do all this work. So to calculate the lambda, it's 1.275 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 15.2. The lambda will be 83.88. Lambda will be 83.88. Okay, now you have to find out the FCD. FCD हमको मालूम करना है, it is known. Now we know the lambda. Lambda हमको मालूम है. We know the Fy. We know the buckling class. Okay. See. So you use table 9C. Table 9C to calculate FCD. I will again come to the table 9C in our IS code. It is given page number 39, I think so. Here, total 8B, 8C, 8D, 9A, 9B buckling class B, 9C for the blue class. So here our 250 to 90 और 80 के बीच में 83 point. So for 80 it is 136, and for 90 it is 121 from table number 9C. So I will write for 80 it is 136 FCD. Okay, and for 90 it is 121. तो here 83.88 के लिए FCD क्या रहेगा ये हमको मालूम करना है. So by interpolation you can find out how to do interpolation. You are taking the larger value, then you have to do the minus. You are taking the lesser value, you have to do plus. So I will take 136 minus. Okay, so 83.88 minus 80 divided by 90 minus 80 into the extreme value difference 136 minus 121. So if you calculate this, 136 minus this is 3.88 divided by 10, and this is 6 minus 1 is 5, 3 minus 2 is 1, 15. So the value of FCD will be 3.88 divided by 10 into 15 is 5.82. So this is 136 minus 5.82. This will give 130.18 Newton per mm square. This is FCD. And design compression strength PD is equal to AG into FCD. Okay, so AG is 958. FCD we have calculated 130.18. It's coming 958 into 130.18. It is 124.71 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. If you convert it into the kilonewton, it's 124.71 kilonewton, which is much greater than compressive strength in this member. What is the compressive strength in this member? This is compression load on this member is 70.63. So this load is much greater than 70.63 kilonewton. So it is member is safe in compression also. So tie member बस कॉम्बिनेशन के लिए डिजाइन किया हम लोगों ने L0 L1 and L7 L8. Length of member you have taken 1.5 meter and compressive strength load PD is 88 point, tensile load PD is 88 point how much? PD 88.37, which is greater than 81 kilonewton, and PD compression strength we have calculated is 124.71 kilonewton, and that is greater than 70.63 kilonewton. Means our bottom tie is also safe for 2 ISA 50/50 by 5 mm. Okay, so this is nothing but design of your member of truss. Okay, समझ में आया यहाँ तक आपको? सबको समझ में आया? Are you there? हेलो आरिफ? यस सर. एक ही बच्चे को समझता क्या? ठीक है. So if you understand this, I will share this sheet here also. I will check how many
Yes, sir.
students
समझा.
are. Okay. So the ceiling and the other members, that is uh, stud member, we will design tomorrow. How to design that, and then we will complete this design of member of truss, and design of column already completed is unit number 3, and design of base plate column base is also completed in unit number 3. So that your industrial building you can design. Design of gantry girder is remain in industrial building. We will see in next week. Okay. Before that, I will check all the work you should complete till now. At district sheet should be completed till now, and all the design calculation of your mini project of industrial building you should complete. Okay, and I will check in next lecture, the next practical hours, and complete. So thank you for learning. We will stop here. You will complete this work on yourself and send to me. I will check. कुछ पूछ रहा है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं, अदरवाइज विल स्टॉप.